What's happening, guys? Um, gonna turn the light off back here. Here we go. That'll be a little bit better. I kind of want to talk about my next project. I was kind of hoping to have started on it by now, but you know what? As is the nature of the beast, whenever I want to do a project, life tends to want to get in the way. So, let me just kind of go over a couple of the things that I've been working on that you guys might find cool. So what I'm gonna be building is this guy right here, right? Basically, this is a Gundam. It's a model. Basically, what you do is, you know, the cool thing about stuff like this, the Bandai Gun Plus stuff, you don't need any glue, so you could actually, you know, take and actually put it together with, say your kids or someone who isn't as technically, basically somebody you don't want to get a mess of glue everywhere. This is perfect for it. So basically, let me run down some stuff that you might want to be looking at or looking into getting if you do decide to. Hang on, let me do my spiel, and then we'll get distracted with other stuff. So basically, what you do is you open up the package, and it comes with instructions. Trust me, you're gonna want to hang on to these things and follow along because it just is what it is. It's not like the easiest thing to kind of keep track of. I know I've made some posts on some of my other social media about some of these deals. Anyway, they end up looking really cool when they're done. And the really cool thing is you can actually articulate them, bend their legs and everything, put them into really cool poses. And one that I am working on right now, look at the size of this leg compared to this guy. So, yeah. Anyway, the head on this thing, look at that thing. Man, that's a perfect grade one. I got that for Christmas. Been kind of whittling away at that. Yeah, no kidding. It's gonna be like this tall. Anyway, so it occurred to me not long ago that a lot of us kind of typically, if we are in the actual build community that most of you guys are already here for, we tend to be into the same dorky stuff, right? So, I mean, we're either going to be into cars or we're going to be basically we're all going to be coming from a background of actually tinkering with things, doing things with our hands, and we're probably going to have collections of stuff, right? Because that's what else are we going to do, right? A lot of guys on here, that I have become friends with through the course of years. We have, I've gone to like conventions and stuff with them that are not, within the firearms spectrum, right? So, it's rather interesting. You would think that you'd only have one shared identity with, within a group, but that's the thing. You have to get to know people. Once you get to know people, you understand that, you're not just a one-sided, one-dimensional being. Everybody's got a lot of things going on with them, right? So anyway, so that leads me to what can I do on here? Well, not much that I can actually do, but I can build some of these Gundams, and basically what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. I just showed you an open one. This isn't a real grade. This is just a regular. This is the same version as this, right? So basically what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to do, basically I'm going to do this when I'm out of town doing whatever. But you guys are going to help me build this one. But anyway, let me cruise through some comments. They changed this menu. So bear with me, guys. What is this guy? Okay. That's not what I want. Where's my chat? Okay, there it is. Okay. Matt Morrison, excellent. It's good to see you there. I appreciate you stopping in. Let's see here. Altenda, Scott79, and Matt Morrison. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys stopping in here. Basic Bardoobie, what's happening? The funny thing is, my live streams, since I haven't been doing anything for so long, my live streams tend to pop up, whereas my regular videos that I had always made, none of them would pop up for anybody. YouTube would never recommend me for anything. Now I guess whatever. But anyway, so if you do want to get into something like this, what you're going to end up doing is finding that you are not going to just have to, you're not going to be able to just pop into that. What you're going to need to do at the very least, and this is just entry level stuff. I mean, this is stuff you can just go to your local hobby shop and you're going to be able to find it. If you got a Hobby Lobby somewhere around you, you'll be able to get into this stuff pretty easy. Anyway, you're going to want some why doesn't this focus on things? I've been painting too, that's why I got. Anyway, you're going to want some little model nippers. I don't know what's going on here. Will that do anything? No. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see here. Let's just shut that camera off. Let's see here. Retouch on. Well, that made me look really young, didn't it? Okay. Give me a second here. Okay. So, Macross and Robotech. Yeah, no, Gundam got me into all that stuff. And, like I said, everybody here coming in here knows exactly what I'm talking about, knows exactly where I'm coming from here. So anyway, fishing's been good. I've been doing more catching than fishing, so that's always good. So anyway, you're going to want some model nippers. At the very least, you're going to want some model nippers. If you want to do your decals and everything, you're not as young as you used to be, so you're going to want some tweezers of some kind. And obviously my camera's not focusing. Whatever. I'm not going to turn that light on. But anyway, you're going to want some tweezers of some kind. You're going to want a pen. And why do I say that? The reason why is because as you're cruising through this, you want to mark off where you're going and where you've been, right? So, another thing you're going to want is a file or a depending on what model you get, you're going to end up with getting like screws and everything, so you may have an issue with screws. But anyway, you want some sort of file. Hobby Lobby has some of these that you can get, these little square ones. And they come in various different grits. Bandai actually has a lot of different files. These here are different grades of files so you can get. This one here I just got from a local hobby shop. Something really... you're going to want an X-Acto knife. I don't have it up here just yet. But another thing that you're going to want that makes things really cool is... Let me just show you my little rig here that I got going on. I got this from Harbor Freight. Basically, you open it up. It's got something in the top here. A little tray in the top. It's basically a toolbox. These little markers here. Some some stuff for, you know, setting your decals and everything. But yeah, they actually make some pretty nice looking chrome pens. Pretty cool. You can go about like putting the detail lines on with like a marker like this, or you can do what I do, and you can get some Tamiya paints. And I mean, yeah, I've been busy buying stuff. I've been buying this stuff and working on this stuff for years, so this isn't like new stuff. But anyway, it's this panel line paint. Basically, what you do is you shake the heck out of it, and you can use it on like model trains and stuff. Anything with like lines on it. Let me see here. Let me get some black out and let me show you what this ends up doing. This here's a roof that I need to paint, but I don't know. I'm not going to do that. Here's a building that's kind of a throwaway. This might work. It might work for a good demonstration, right? So basically, what you do is you take the panel line. I mean that the idea is not to make it where, you know, this probably isn't going to show up, so bear with me. You don't paint it on. You don't do this number, but what you do is you take and watch how this will bleed through the whole part here. See how it's like bleeding away? And then if you feel like you need to add a little bit more, and then just wipe it off. I mean, obviously this is a terrible model to try this on, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's just like splotches are opening up there. No, that's not working too well. Yeah, just this brick texture here. It's doing a pretty good job on the brick texture. But anyway, you kind of get the point there. So what you end up doing is you put the thing together, you put the model together, and let's say you've got a white one and you want to accent the lines a little bit better. This one here isn't going to have that issue because all of the lines are like separate parts. But on these smaller models, what you end up doing is there we go. On these smaller models, you end up with features. You got little features right here. You'll want to like give it a dab of that, and then just take a paper towel and wipe off the excess. It's not something that's super crazy. The sandpaper will take and make the mold lines just basically go away. Now this here, let me just kind of demonstrate what we're doing with this right here. So basically with this here, you kind of want to nip it a little bit farther away from the part than, you know, basically you're going to want to leave tabs, and then you're going to cut them off with the X-Acto knife, and then you're going to come in with your sandpaper or sanding pad or file or whatever, and then grind off basically the end there. And then with these little sand pads, you can take and smooth down the edges, or if there's some mold lines or whatever, you just run it across the top and just polish the mold lines off. You know, just basically what I'm talking about is I'm going to be making a really decent video about how to do it, but basically when the plastic is injected and molded, you have cavities and swirling in the plastic. So those tools will help you get rid of that. Anyway, so I'm sitting here like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, you know what? A lot of us already do the same thing. And, you know, if I can't do one thing, I can do another thing. And I know the channel is, I still have a lot of people that interact with me. And even though I haven't done anything in a while, But that doesn't mean anything. Everybody still wants to come and hang out, and everybody wants to do some stuff, and they want to see some stuff done. So it's just kind of interesting. The community that I thought that I was building wasn't necessarily a community of let's just come here and build, firearms. Let's basically what it ended up being was everybody that comes here, they just want we just hang out and do stuff. I haven't been quite active on Scott. You bring up a good point. I haven't quite been active on any social media. I've been doing more stuff with my car stuff. But I went to the point where I deleted my Facebook. I just got tired of not necessarily talking with people, but the level of willful ignorance, especially with this last election, that was just it was just beginning to become such that it was intolerable. I mean, listening to people talk about things that they thought that they knew about was just became so insufferable for me to try to choke through. Like this group loving we grenade sometime. I never explained why I took that video down. I didn't take it down because I was wrong. I took it down because it was a mutual respect sort of thing. I'll explain this whole thing right now. So let's just get that out of the way. So Lemon, I like Lemon. He's a little bit out there. I've always liked him, but he made a video where he was spouting off things that he wasn't entirely sure about, and basically ended up looking like an idiot. Well, not really, but yeah. When you're armed with half the knowledge, you end up basically the reason why I was so hard on him was because he's done this so long. He should know better. When we're in the media, we have a responsibility to be honest. The problem with what he did wasn't that, yes, a little bit of knowledge is dangerous, but if you don't have all of the knowledge or enough knowledge to know when you are wrong or when you are right, it's like he's a builder. He's a builder just like I am, or was. But anyway, what ended up happening was he had a situation that he blamed on something else that was not probably the case, right? You can't blame somebody for something that you have messed with. Without getting into the weeds. Anyway, the reason why I took the video down is because quite literally people were coming into my channel doxing him. I wasn't prepared for that, and the night after I uploaded my video with Armed Ape, it was almost immediate that somebody was, trying to dox him. And I've never had that happen in my videos at all, where people have been trying to go out of their way to try to dox somebody else, and I realistically don't want any part of that. I've had people try to bring drama to the channel. He thinks he knows who the people that are giving him drama are. If he thinks that he knows who they are, that's fine and well. I don't want anything to do with it here. I know that there's been some bullshit that's happened to this channel in the past. I confronted the individuals that did it, and I knew the people that did it because I had their IP addresses. And anyway, but anyway, okay, yeah, Scott. Basically, what ended up happening is I reached out to him because I was like, look, dude, I don't know what you've got going on, because I didn't know that people had doxed him on his own channel, and I don't. If I were a betting man, I would probably say that a few of the people that had something to do with what was going on with me probably have something to do with what is going on with him. Just simply because it seems to be the MO. I don't want anything to do with it. So, yeah. But anyway, that being said, I've got a lot of that stuff locked down over the years. And, people just can't come in and, say whatever. I mean, you can think it's free speech all you want, but if you're out there harassing people, just completely, fully, just out there to try to intimidate people, it is what it is. But anyway, the reason why I came out of the gate swinging the way I did, I was upset. Obviously, it took me a few times to actually be as calm and rational about it, but I know people that have been sued over similar claims. I know companies that just will not stop until you are pushed out of the business. And not only that, but I mean, we've got enough problems in the community, right? But basically, I'm getting lost in my thought here, but basically, what ended up happening is between between exactly. Scott said, I mean, I've done my fair share of internet trolling, right? Um, the people that were coming after him in my channel were addressing his family and everything like that, and the people that came after me did the same exact thing. And I mean, I understand everybody wants to have a good laugh, and that's why I called it Lemonades, because it's a shortening of his name, Lemon Grenades, Lemonades. It's just humor, and the way he has portrayed himself on his channel and everything else. Uh, Basically, I was preparing myself for him to come back at me, but I didn't really care if he did come back at me. What I was expecting was a mutual shit show, me and him. Behind the scenes, when I had all this stuff where people were coming in trying to dox him on my channel, what I ended, cause my 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 moderation basically caught it before I did, so I opened up my emails saying, my comment section, and I'm like, oh, okay, all this stuff has been withheld. Let me go through this, and I'm like, holy crap! And then some of the usernames that I have on my blacklist are similar to the names that I had to deal with before. So that's what leads me to believe that some of the people that had messed with me, which they didn't really mess with me, they just bothered me here and there, but I digress. They weren't after me, they were after somebody else that watches my channel. But I guess they moved on and they went over to him. But anyway, all that being said, I messaged him and I was like, hey, I don't know what's going on with your channel, but I just wanted to let you know that people are trying to dox you in my comment section. I don't know what's going on. Just letting you know what's going on. And by then he had made response videos to me, which he kind of pulled a move out of the Nails playbook, and Nails is one of the moderators on the AK Files, and basically he's reading the transcript from my video, and realistically you have to watch that sort of thing. But anyway, his big grievance was that I made a 15-minute video into a 3-hour video. And the problem is a lot of people don't understand how you how you properly react to something. I can't make a 15-minute video knocking somebody without showing my work, right? Without explaining what I'm doing, without explaining why I know I'm in the right. And people that actually watched the video, which I was getting quite a bit of traffic on it, people that actually watched the video agreed with me. People that didn't watch the video didn't agree with me because, they just came into... I had people coming into my channel saying something derogatory, later editing it, clearly after about an hour and a half of them leaving the comment, agreeing with me. So I'm like, see, this is why you got to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to listen to it. You got to know what's going on. So you have a seasoned builder versus somebody who isn't quite as knowledgeable about what is going on with it versus each other. So, but anyway, in our private chats, he was really respectful, and we agreed to take the video down. I agreed. I basically, at the point where he was getting doxxed, and people were just, it was one every 10 minutes trying to leave a comment, and I really didn't want to sit there and babysit the chat. And then I didn't want to lock the chat down because I didn't want to look like I was doing anything. But anyway, you guys all know what was going on. And he deleted all his videos on the matter. I haven't heard anything since about what issue he was purporting to have had. So I don't know whatever happened to it. But anyway, we had a private discussion about how his family life is and everything, and how he's trying to be more respectful. He's trying to be more respectful in the community and try to kind of steer his skullduggery and kind of wrangle that in. But what I think is really going on there with a lot of how he acts is people have been trolling him, and he's been reactionary. And I think he thought I was initially trying to troll him, but it is what it is. But anyway, that's that. But anyway, I didn't want to sit there and babysit my chat, and I also didn't want to lock the chat, and make it where, nobody could leave a comment, which the objective was to have the chat, and it just would have defeated the purpose of my video. But with his original video being gone, it really defeated the purpose, and it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I got for that. So anyway, does anybody have any questions about that? Did it make sense? The way I was trying to describe that, I didn't want to give out too much information about him and what our private conversations were, because realistically, I don't want to throw something out there that he may not have wanted to talk about, and I don't want to make him sound like he's a bad guy. And I didn't do it because I felt bad. I didn't, I didn't pull the video because I felt bad. You guys know that I don't care, but I do have, when somebody shows me mutual respect and there's an issue of that sort of nature, I don't want to be involved with it. I hate drama. I absolutely hate it. And then when people bring drama to me, I want nothing to do with them. So, it is what it is. And the funny thing is, a lot of people that bring drama aren't themselves the reason for the drama necessarily. A lot of times they'll be basically if you got a young dumb kid that comes in spouting their mouth off like they know everything and they don't know better, obviously some of us older guys are going to be like, look, listen, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. And, it just is going to be what it is. And until they learn to behave better, they're going to irk a lot of people around the internet until they pick up on the social cues enough where, they go, okay, well, it's behaving's a little bit better. But anyway, like I said, we're going to be doing this here soon. Hope you guys enjoyed my descriptive drama update. But anyway, So anyway, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a real grade. This one here is the same model kit, but it's a master grade. No, it's a high grade. A high grade. This is a high grade model kit. And where did my instructions go? I just had the darn things. Where'd they go? Oh, I put them back in the box. So anyway, the real grade versus the high grade, it's a whole heck of a lot of difference. This right here is a high grade. This is a high grade here. The master grades and the real grades, they end up basically, this here is a small master grade. So if you wanted a master grade but you don't have the room, this also here is perfect grade. But anyway, if you don't have the room for a master grade basically is one of these, but it has more detail. Like, it has opening features where you can see the hydraulics and everything. But anyway, let's open this up. And we're not building. I don't know. We might do that eventually, but I'm not going to do live streams where I'm building, so that's going to be a little awkward. Of course, my air conditioner turns on. So anyway, we open up the box. High quality. Let me get in here to the instructions. Usually with the master grades, the stickers are going to be higher quality. Some of them have decals, but some of them don't. There's the parts. Let me get to the directions here. So the reason why I got these two is because I've already built one of these. I really like this model. The mold is really nice. Let's just kind of go over the instruction manual. So here's the instructions. This here is the cheaper version. Let's just kind of go through that real quick. Just kind of show you guys the difference. By the time everything's said and done, if you get the cheaper version, this is the level of detail you're going to expect to see. Trying to kind of keep it out of the glare. So this here is your real grade. And a really cool thing is this is about what your model is going to look like. If you were to like poke it up there real close to the camera. This is your sticker placement, your decal placement. They have an inner skeleton. So you actually form the inner skeleton, and then you put your body panels on it, which is really cool. The articulation of these things is just phenomenal. You don't want to do too much of it because the rubber bushings that they use to put this thing together with will kind of wear out a little bit. Obviously, I mean, what good are these things if you can't play with them, right? But anyway, this here is going to be about what you're going to get when you get your model complete. So, kind of comparing the two. Come on, bend up here for me, please. Kind of comparing the two, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a difference. There's this in here seems a little bit cheaper, a little bit clunkier compared to the other one. Not as many details, whereas this one here just is the king of details. I mean, some of the body panels actually open up on it, and it's gonna be a fun little build. Let's see here. Actually comes with guns and everything. Pretty cool. So I'm not really getting out of guns entirely. Anyway, you look at the cheaper version, and this is what you're going to end up with here. About what you're going to end up with. So I mean, there's a fair fair amount of difference between the two models. They end up looking exactly the same, except for the plastic's a little bit higher grade. You know, and things just overall look better, fit and finish and everything on these high grades is just way nicer. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I might actually do the cheaper one first. That might actually be worth a live stream. We might actually just do that on a live stream. It'd take about an hour or so to build it. But we'll do that. You know, yeah, what the heck? What the heck? Maybe we'll have a Discord hangout and I'll build this and we can talk about stuff and just kind of BS and everything, just kind of hang out. But then I can do this one live, or not live, but I can do this one in just a regular video on the channel. So what do you guys think about that? Think you guys that's a good idea? You know, I mean, we can hang out in the Discord and yeah. So anyway, moving forward, I'm probably gonna do a. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the Discord as far as the categories. I may make a couple new categories for this new endeavor here, and I'll likely be in the Discord more often. Probably try to do it once a week. But I also have other channels I'm running too, so I might. It just depends. It depends. I need to at least be in there a couple times a month. But anyway, let's go through. See if we got any more new comments. I don't know if we do or not. Oh, so, yeah, Scott was talking about what I was talking about for Mr. Lemon. He said it wouldn't surprise me if it was some of the same people. Yeah, yeah, that right there, 100%. I think it was. If I was gonna put money on it, I bet it was, because a lot of the comments that I got and doxing him were fairly identical to how they would message and harass the person that they were harassing in my channel when they were doing that. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, if you don't like somebody, just block them. This is the internet, okay? If you don't like somebody, just block them. You know, it costs nothing to just walk away. All right, it costs nothing to just walk away. I mean, it does bug me that the people that did do that in my channel and brought all that fucking drama to me. It bothers me that those people I called friends for years, and one of them I thought was one of my best friends. So it is what it is. And one day, I'm hoping to get an apology from them. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but if they apologize, then I'll forgive them. But I mean, I'm already over it, because it's not worth bothering myself about it. Basically, I don't want to. I have plenty of real estate in my brain for something else, and the fact that person, those people, were so caught up on worrying about something that somebody was doing that they had no control of, it just is completely just profound. I mean, I just don't understand that. If you've got that much of a problem with somebody, block them. You know, just get them gone. Get them out of your life. Don't bother with them. Anyway, guys. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build the the regular, cheaper version on a little live stream hangout sort of thing. I am gonna record it, so I don't know how we're gonna do that, but I've got a few of these I'm gonna be putting together over the course of the next few months, year, I guess. So basically, this is my build list. I have a master grade of this same one. So you've got all three versions. Bam, bam. Sorry, guys. And then bam. Okay. So I'm going to build them back to back to back. And then I've got this guy I'm going to build. And then I'm just going to kind of go down the line and build accordingly. This one here is the Wing Gundam. This one here. That one's a really fancy one. I like that one. And then I've got a couple of Zaku's that aren't up here that I'm going to be building. But anyway, yeah. So I digress. Oh, hang on. Let me show you let me show you guys the train table. A little bit of the train table. So what we got going on here on the train table here. Oh, you like my hookup sticker, guys? Anyway, let me put that off to the side there. So my train table is kind of a disaster. I really don't know what I'm wanting to do from the middle here. I mean, I kind of have an idea what I want to do with the buildings, where I want to go with all this stuff, but I have rebuilt this yard like 80 times already, and I'm still not happy with how the track is. So I want, when I put this thing together, I want to make sure that it looks real enough to, not real enough. I mean, obviously it's not going to look real. I've got a Panzer. Okay. Anyway, guys, obviously it's not going to be real. It's not going to look super real. Although, the buildings are hand painted, so that's cool. You know, this is this one here I painted a couple of days ago. I think it looks really cool. There was an old military building at an army base that I saw one time, took a picture of, that I liked the way the brickwork looked, and I think it looked cool. So I kind of tried to copy that. And then another one, the paint didn't quite work with me, that one there. So basically what I was trying to do is make it look like, I gotta go over it again with another couple of coats. But basically what I was trying to do is the upper stories, it's the old brickwork, and then somebody just decided they wanted to paint the thing all goofy looking. But that green did not want to work with me, right? And I screwed up my lines, and then you can see where I touched the dang thing. It is what it is. Well, it is what it is, but I don't know. I just got this bridge done the other day. Did that myself. That's a labor of love. This right here is just gonna kind of mold into that over there, and basically it's gonna be set up to where it meets up with this. You guys see the lines, the expansion joints. I don't know, pretty cool. Getting kind of nerdy with this stuff, but it is what it is. But I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's about all I got for this. We're going to be building some Gundams. Stay tuned in the Discord. If you guys want to hop into the Discord, we're going to go in there and start doing some stuff here sometime soon. Probably next few 3-4 days. The next weekend, I imagine. Depends on how work goes. But yeah, that's my train table so far. We're getting there. Eventually, you guys are going to be like, oh, whoa, when did you build the town? And I'm going to be like, don't look at it. It looks ugly. But anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, questions, comments, recommendations, leave them in the comment section below. I'm gonna get out of here. I've rambled quite enough. What's happening? Patriot from Warsaw. What's happening? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna pop out of here. I'll talk to you guys all later. And if you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. Okay, let's see here. Cool, you're live. Actually found your channel from that drama. Really enjoy your other build videos on the other platform. You have a gift for teaching. I'll check out your Discord. I don't have my Discord. It's not as active as it used to be, but yeah. YouTube basically gutted the channel. I'm surprised. Let me just talk about a little bit of that drama here. So one of the one of the things that really surprises me with YouTube is it's like one of my buddies shared a video of somebody describing the fire selector on an AK, right? Um, he does what everybody else does and calls it a safety, and he was describing a problem that he had with his when he was back a wee little lad, and the same discussion that I had in my video, YouTube took the video down. Um, don't know why. All I was doing was showing components and how they work with each other. Do have another channel that is on YouTube that does have that, the Home Economics videos. Um, but for the most part, all that stuff's over on Rumble as far as my gun stuff. I'm not going to do anything new until some things in the grand scheme of things change. But as far as gun stuff, I'm not really doing anything that is going to be new. But I've got no problem talking about it. But anyway, I digress. YouTube basically gutted my channel, like completely eviscerated it. It got to the point where I would put up a video, they delete two off the back end. Lost several of my videos early on before, when I was like, oh crap, they're deleting my videos. I was at one point relying on YouTube to be able to store all that stuff. They deleted the stuff. Thankfully, most of my stuff I still have. I had well over 400 videos at one point and then YouTube. I'm pretty much down to, I think, 200 and some that I still have backups for. But I have all my B-roll, which is good. But it's hard to remake a video that you made 20 years ago, right? But anyway, it shocks me that there are so many, gun tubers out here. It shocks me simply because YouTube was so heavy-handed with my channel and videos that I would do that they would just delete before it was even able to go live. It sucks because other channels get to do it, and other channels, when they get put up. See, the bad thing is with YouTube, when you have a big video, I had videos with millions of views. Basically, what happens is when YouTube is promoting your videos, it goes off of what your channel strength is as far as watch time metrics and stuff like that. So it wants to, if you're building steam with your uploads and everything, and you're talking with people and people are interacting with you, that right there helps your channel grow. Well, what ends up happening, YouTube on the back end is deleting millions and millions of views. What ends up happening is that pulls that number off of me. So it would basically throttle my channel. So it would make it look like I had negative millions of views for a while until I would basically catch back up. And then when I'd catch back up, they'd snag another video with a bunch of views on it. And it just made it to where the channel just wasn't productive enough numbers wise to really continue doing anything with it, because I couldn't get out of that hole because YouTube would just keep pushing me in the hole. But I see everybody else on the platform, they allow to do it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can bitch about it, complain about it all you want, but I moved my stuff over to Rumble, and I've been pretty happy with it over there. But I shouldn't have to. But thankfully, all that stuff is already over there on Rumble. But it is what it is. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm not the only one that they do it to, or that they did that to. The last straw for me was I usually do a Christmas stream where I do live Christmas music. Well, it's not live, but it's licensed Christmas music, and I do live chat the whole time, right? So all my viewers come in, and they wish each other happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, that sort of thing. And if they want to talk, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be like there the whole time, but I'll pop in and watch and catch up on the comments, and then I'll come back in a few hours and do it. So that was kind of a tradition that we would have here. But anyway, the last one that I did, because I didn't do one last year, the year before, YouTube basically kept giving me strikes, and then the last time they took the video down, they killed the live stream. They said it was because it was unmonitored. The chat was unmonitored. And I'm like, I find that hard to believe, because I'm sitting at my computer, I have moderators, and there's nothing going on. And the first time that they tried pulling the video, it was because they said I didn't have licenses. Well, I sent them all my licenses, and I did a lot of work on that, and that was a huge bummer. But it is what it is. I have other channels which don't have that problem, and I just really don't understand how they singled that channel, this channel out to do that to, and it just, all the problem videos are gone now. There's nothing that they would have a potential problem with, I don't think. But anyway, the whole lemonades video, that thing actually took off pretty good, because people were sharing it, and it was organic, and YouTube really couldn't fight that. I ended up with like 10,000 views within the first 24 hours, and it wasn't even live for more than, I think, 12 hours. But the point was made. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm actually gonna kill the stream now. So, R, thank you for stopping in and having a conversation with us. I do have my Discord link on some of my older videos. Definitely, yeah. Well, and the thing is, Rumble, you're gonna find my Discord link over there. The thing is with me, I don't have any media organization backing me. My community was small enough at the time, because they started picking on me in 2018 when they changed their. But anyway, they started picking on me in 2018, and I went a whole year with 2 not copyright violations, but community guideline strikes. And I couldn't do anything but live stream, so that was it. It sucked, but ever since then they figured out that they could pick on me. Every now and again they'll put the hammer down on Robski, and he's not unfamiliar with it, but I just it really just disappoints me that all that time that I spent on all them videos and everything, all it did was make it harder for people to find. It's like this fire selector video that was put up the other day. I have a video describing exactly why that problem happens and how to get rid of that problem. And that's been out there. That video is 10 years old now, I think. A little over 10 years old. But realistically, I'm out here showing you how to make a safe rifle, how to make your stuff safe, and YouTube doesn't want to hear any of it. But, I don't have any backup. That was my only thing. And your thing alone, YouTube's gonna circle you, and they're gonna wipe you out. You need to get partnered up with somebody big, not big, but you need to, like, name drop in here, like Leviathan. A lot of the people that I know that jumped in with Leviathan don't have problems like I had, and even though they're putting up identical videos, and it's just like, whatever. Just is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. Anyway, guys, I am getting out of here. If you want to join the Discord, go over to Rumble and just look up Zeke Shoots, and you'll find my Discord and all sorts of stuff over there. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Maybe. I don't know if I can. They changed the menu on this, so I don't know how to stop this thing. Hang on, that might do something. Maybe. Okay. All right. End stream.